don't get it. This is so important. Why would she trust you over me?
All right, I've had enough. You know what? You're right. Only an idiot would trust me.
Ah, come on!
Yeah, here it comes. You're the reliable one, aren't you? The one people can always count on.
What are you talking about?
Ugh, I'm out of here. I'd probably just trip over her ventilator or something. Wouldn't want that to happen now, would we?
You're being ridiculous, Junon. Please, sit down. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, you didn't? Well, you got that wrong. Well, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? I just can't help it. So Mom wrote my name instead of hers on a worthless paper. What does it matter? Dan and I are stuck in this stupid competition. I hate it, but I feel I can't escape it. Of course I'd remember that day. My infamous 25th birthday. The day we met Diane's girlfriend. The day we danced a little, ate a little, and drank too much. But most of all, the day everyone went home early because I set the kitchen on fire while making dessert. There's plenty about that night I never told Diane. I wasn't expecting Marie to have a present for me, and yet she remembered. It was a bottle of Japanese whiskey as old as I was, 25 years of age, but as usual with Marie, things couldn't just be nice. I hope you like it because it costs me a fortune. That's what she said when she handed me the bottle. I hate whiskey. I hated it then, I hate it now. She could afford it too. She wasn't world famous yet, but her career was taking off, and with that, her taste became more and more luxurious. Me? Oh, I was light years away from all of that. That's how it works with Marie. Even when she does something for Diane and I, in the end, it's always about her. It was the first time Diane introduced us to her girlfriend. Her very first girlfriend. She didn't make a big deal of it. She didn't even tell me that she would have a guest. But I knew it was important to her. And neither Marie nor myself reacted appropriately. She rushed over to hug them both. I don't think I'd ever seen my mother so excited. Then she congratulated Diane for her rejection of patriarchally mandated heteronormativity. Diane didn't say anything, but I could see she was upset. Her intimacy had just been reduced to activism, somehow. And I wasn't there to support her. I was furious. It's stupid, I know, but I wanted to enjoy my party. And she showed up with something important to share. All of a sudden, my 25th birthday seemed trite, unimportant. Her girlfriend was called Sasha. She was nice, intuitive, smart, and very pretty. I was quite reluctant to organize this party. It was the last birthday I would celebrate at Marie's. Your dad and I were about to move in together. So I wanted to make it special, to impress my mother, earn her respect, maybe even her admiration. But that would only happen if everything were perfect. The fire made it a complete failure, but to be honest, she'd have found some problem anyway. Diane always loved being the center of attention. But when she showed up with her hair cut short and dyed green, I almost didn't recognize her. 19 years strong on this earth, and she couldn't care less about people's opinions. She was amazing to me. But I wonder if she was, at least unconsciously, trying to please Marie. It worked, by the way. Marie always had a soft spot for the rebels, and contempt for the rest. I'll let you guess which category I was in. I was so stressed out that night that I started drinking early. Marie loves to drink, so does Diane, and her girlfriend Sasha followed along. Long story short, we got drunk fast. All four of us. We had booze, we had cigarettes, plus the other stuff. I don't have to tell you everything. And after a while, Diane was completely out. She could barely stand. When dinner started, Marie turned on the charm. She laughed loudly, talked a lot, asked all kinds of questions. She has the most unbelievable charisma when she's trying to please someone, you know? And that night, she really was trying. I thought it was odd. She certainly wasn't doing it for me, or for Diane. And then I noticed the way she was looking at Sasha. I saw the glimmer in her eyes. The same as when she talks about Japanese whiskey. And I got worried. Alex called several times that night. He wanted to know how things were going. He had a hunch things would be tense, and he wanted to be my emotional hotline. I didn't answer. I wanted to fend for myself. It's why I didn't invite him in the first place. I'll admit, sometimes his support was stifling. I'd got these nice candles to decorate the table with. Obviously, I burned myself when lighting them. To no one's surprise, that was typical me. Scavus, they called me. It means clumsy in Latin. Marie coined that one. I didn't mind. Quite the contrary. In any family, everyone plays a role. You just need to find the one that suits you. And I like being the bumbling, fumbling one. That way, at least, the pressure was off. So, yes, Jan and I were trapped in this ridiculous rivalry. The choir girl versus the rebel. The meek versus the indomitable. I'm never taken seriously. She's not allowed to show any sign of weakness, and we hold it against each other. But as soon as we lower our guard, we are saddled with the obvious. It's become more intense as we grew in Marie's shadow. We care about each other more than anyone else. The flames went up very high, very quickly. Everyone ran into the kitchen. Marie, Diane, and Sasha. Oh, she screamed at me. She couldn't believe that anyone could be so inept. I said it was an accident. I was trying to brown the baked Alaska, but it got out of hand. No one questioned my version of events. The whole thing was just classic me. Alex wasn't there to defend me, and I just sucked it up. I never saw Sasha after that day. She and Diane broke up a few weeks later. Maybe I was just drunk. Maybe I was imagining things. Maybe I was paranoid. But when Marie invited Sasha to her studio to see the paintings and more, ooh, that raised a flag. She was up to something. She was trying to seduce her. And maybe she could have. I tried to warn Diane, told her to watch out. She was too far gone. I had to do something, but I couldn't face Marie head on. I wasn't strong enough. So I improvised. No one noticed the bottle of Japanese whiskey was completely empty. Alcohol burns nicely on the stove. It was perfect for me to craft a diversion. And you know what? I wasn't even that drunk. I was mostly angry. At Marie. At myself. At my inability to confront her face to face. Maybe nothing happened after all. Maybe Marie didn't try anything. I'll never know. But I was scared enough for Diane's relationship that I set the kitchen on fire. I never told Diane what happened. She still thinks I'm a bumbling idiot. I can't tell her the truth, and she wouldn't want to hear it anyway. But what I did that night, I did out of love. Marie always said that you can't trust anyone in life. Well, in that moment, whether she knew it or not, Diane could trust me.
Why would she trust you over me?
And here we go again, trying to see who can spit the furthest. But you know what? I'm not playing this game. She needs her sister today, not a fight. You know, I get it.
Get what?
Why you think of me this way. The chump who keeps screwing things up.
I never...
I understand because that's my little routine, you know?
What are you saying?
What's wrong with me? I'm not about to tell her all my dirty secrets. That wouldn't be like me at all. Although I guess this is a pretty good day for confessions. It's not easy existing between Marie and you. Between the overbearing artist and her gifted little go-getter. So I figured if I played the klutzy ditz, I wouldn't need to compete with either of you.
If I'm so gifted, why the hell did I choose this grapefruit? This thing's disgusting.
That's my dee-dee-doo. Open your heart a tiny bit and she gets all uncomfortable. I told you it's toxic! Understand this. We both know things can be tense between us. It would be easier if I could act like this is all her fault. Jan's competitive spirit is unmatched. She has to be the first in everything. You can make her a little stupid sometimes. Oh, just like when she was training for tennis, or when we did hamster races. Yeah, exactly. Racing hamsters. Pretty cool, huh? We had these hamsters for a while. We won them at the village fair. Marie hated them, but we were allowed to keep them as long as they were out of her sight. And Jan always wanted to race them. Hers was really slow. It lost every race. It was an embarrassment. She had this whole training regimen, but it wasn't enough. So she brought out the big guns. And one day, her hamster was hyped to the max. Absolutely smoked mine. And that night, he died. It wasn't hard to get the truth out of her. She'd fed him coffee drops. She was kind of sad, but not really. At least he went out on a win, she said. I could act like I wasn't anything like her, but that's not true. I just pretended that I didn't care. Truthfully, I also wanted to be the best. At the very least, I wanted to best her. As if we were always competing with each other, and it was exhausting. Some days it was hard. But whatever happened, I've always tried to protect you.
I don't need anyone's protection.
Yeah, it sounds weird when I say it out loud. You're the strongest person I know.
And you're built like a sea cucumber.
Look, all I'm saying is, I was always on your side when it mattered.
Are you talking about Mom right now?
Not just her. Yeah, I'm totally talking about Marie. I'm talking about the fact that you're my sister, and that's special to me. And I know it's the same to you. Listen, Diane, I have no idea how things are going to play out with Marie. And it's true, I have been feeling out of it for a little while now. But I do know one thing. That's going to help us.
What do you mean?
I mean that being a psychopathic robot has its perks. Cool heads prevail. And I think this is going to help us make the right choice. The best choice for Marie, sure. But for you and me, too.
Maybe.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just... I'm not used to seeing you like this. You sound confident. It suits you. Alright, so what do we do?
I have no idea. But I'm not going to tell her that right now. I need to find a different tack. You know your mother. She's stubborn. A real trooper. So, I think we will have to wait and see.
I can't. No, I just can't. I'm not going to sit here twiddling my thumbs.
We don't have a choice, Jen.
Of course we do. We need to stay on top of the doctors. They need to do their absolute best. Come to think of it, we're not keeping her in this hole. I'll call my dad. I'll bet he'll have a buddy in a private clinic somewhere. We're not leaving anything to chance. Why aren't you saying anything? You're with me, right? We need to fight, don't we?
I don't know, Jen.
What do you mean, I don't know, Diane? If we were in her place, you know very well what she'd be doing. She'd do everything in her power to make sure we pulled through. We owe her that as well. Don't we?
I can't take any more illusions of control. You can't always do something, you know? Running around all over the place, yelling at doctors won't help her just because we think it will. It doesn't work that way. It never does. Sometimes you just need to let go.
Let go? Let go of what?
See, Diane, maybe this is why Marie chose me. She knows that I can keep a cool head, that I don't let my emotions take over.
Bullshit. You think this isn't your emotions doing the talking? You go on and on saying that Mom is the worst mother ever. Do you seriously not think you share some of the blame?
What? What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean. She could have died in that car.
Marie was also in the car that day. You remember my little phone? I can't remember why. She was going to town for an errand, I think. I parked in front of her house. She sat in the front, and then... she was by my side when I woke up in the hospital. Jan's right. Marie could have died. And the doctor said that this sort of thing can happen due to trauma from years ago. So it's all my fault then? Are you saying that? All of this is happening because of me?
Of course not. But since the accident, she's given you work. She's done her best to help you. And you just want to let her die? Shit, I'm not going to give up on her. If you hate her, that's your problem.
You're out of your damn mind.
Oh, come on. You're so transparent.
Shut up! I don't want to hear any more of this. I'm leaving. Damn it. Did I really have to go off like that? Maybe she's right. Maybe we should fight, just like Marie taught us. Do I really have to be so angry? Do I really hate my mother?
When will Dad get here?
He'll get here when he gets here. Soon. Don't worry.
I can't wait. Tomorrow we're visiting Buckingham Palace, and Lizzie says I'll get to taste real fish and chips and... Oh, sorry, Junon.
I've never really been jealous of Diane's family. I was too fascinated by the concept of a family. That was an incredible discovery for me, and so beautiful to see. I was also worried for her. She had a dad and a stepsister. She had something to lose. I only had Marie, and Marie is immortal. So, I was safe. So, why do you put the elastic bands round their claws? Is it so they don't cut your fingers?
I appreciate the concern, but no, ma'am. Without the bands, they would just eat each other.
When the guy said that, my mind jumped to my mother. She used to warn me about people and how dangerous they could be. Even me, she said. Don't trust me. Trust no one but yourself. Ah, it was exhausting. Wow! I'd forgotten how muscular you are.
And? Are you jealous?
No, I like it.
Alright, Junon. You're my sister. This is super embarrassing. Especially since you're drunk off your ass.
I've always found Diane's presence comforting. She only has to stand by me and I start to breathe easier. It's funny how you forget the obvious stuff as time goes by. You see, my little dear, there are some things I'd have loved the chance to tell you. For starters, growing up means figuring out what you really care about and what you're better off without. I never understood why the whole world was such a threat to Marie. It damaged me, growing up that way. Now, I've had enough. Diane has always been a reassuring presence in my life. Although I never knew how to tell her, we had completely different lives. We're not affected by the same things, but I hope it's not too late to tell her that I care about her.
We owe her that as well. Don't we?
She's terrified, actually. My little sister. I need to comfort her. Show her that I'm here for her. That she's not alone. You know what? Right about now, there's nothing we can do for Marie. Nothing at all.
But
I know this bothers you, and I understand. But that's how it is. It's out of our control. So I'd rather pay attention to what matters the most. Family.
And that's what exactly?
It's you. You're my family, Jan.
What about Mom?
Marie is different. That's just how she is. She's... Sure, we're part of her life, but we can't expect much more than that. Marie, she's alone against the world. I think she'd be furious if she knew she was surrounded with Jesus stuff. This is a former charity hospital. It's not holy ground anymore, but the new owners apparently thought it wouldn't hurt to keep a few statues around. I guess this is as good a place as any to hope for miracles. After all, whether she admits it or not, both of them had a child whose father was shrouded in mystery. Which makes me baby Jesus? I'd prefer not to end up dead on a cross, though.
Well, considering what she's been through. As a kid, I mean.
What is she talking about? What are you talking about? How do you know what she went through as a kid? Did she talk to you?
Once. One night. I didn't really understand. Her dad left when she was like 12 years old. She basically raised her brothers and sisters on her own.
Hold on, what? She has brothers and sisters?
I guess so. And she's the oldest. And at some point, she burned bridges with everyone. Forever.
Oh, wow. Did I know this? I kind of remember, but it feels like a blur. Have we talked about this before? Did I forget that too? That's not what's important right now. You know, Jan, I don't think that Marie has anyone. Not really. She doesn't want to. She can't. She doesn't know how to trust.
True. That is the one thing that's beyond her reach.
But it's not beyond ours. We need to trust each other, otherwise we're screwed. You understand?
Of course I understand. I've spent years trying to get her to pay attention to me. And I don't feel like fighting all the time. Not against you, anyway.
We don't have to anymore.
What? You mean, now that she's fucking dying?
No, I mean, we can decide to do things differently. We don't have to play by her rules, where everyone's out for everyone. Kill or be killed. I think that's... I don't know. It might be her history, but it doesn't have to be ours. I'm not even sure she even believes it herself, actually. I'd rather believe that there are people I can always count on. And that they can count on me because I love them and I care for them. People like you, Didi do. Is she crying?
Sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm scared, you know? For Mom. I don't want her to die.
Well, right now, she's still alive. And you know her, she's not going down easy.
I don't think you're anything like a lobster. I think lobsters are disgusting.
Is that right? Me too, come to think of it. Ugh, crap.
What? Is it the doctors?
No, look.
Alex? You should answer.
Are you sure? Are you gonna be okay?
Ask me again and I'll slap you. Of course I'll be okay. You're coming right back, aren't you?
You bet I am, little sis. I don't know what would have happened between your dad and I if you were still here. Would we have agreed on how to raise you, the kind of values to impart? Respect others, be curious and open-minded, and try to beautify the world. At your age, that mostly meant avoid picking your nose in public. I don't think we would have had any trouble getting along in the end. We were on the same wavelength. I trusted him 100% from the first day I met him. He's got that little something in his eyes. This uncanny kindness that's always there.
God damn it, Junon.